Yes, everybody, today is all about Everton and Sean Dyche'S. Now, I've got two tactics for you today, very similar in terms of team instructions. However, it's kind of set up for two games. I think Everton are a little bit underappreciated in the way they've been playing recently, in particular against Chelsea, Manchester United, even though they lost, and Newcastle at home, very strong. So I've kind of developed two tactics for you. One to use at home games and maybe against teams of a similar ability. And then we've got the other Sean Dyche one, which is very much a 4-4-1-1. All right, let's get into it. Any other tactics you would like to see at the start of 2024, just put them down in the comments and make sure you smash the like on today's video. All the tactic, this tactic and Dyche 2 is available for my Patreons. Link down in the description to that. Shout out to everyone who's on the screen at the moment. We are nearly at 100 Patreons, so thank you very much for your support. Okay, here we go. Now, we said we've got two tactics. Dyche 1, which kind of is a 4-2-3-1, and I'll explain why in a minute. And then obviously more of a standard 4-4-1-1. Now, we've played a couple of games, a shocking pre-season, playing the 4-4-1-1. We didn't score any goals. And then I thought, right, I went into sort of like SofaScore and looked at a few average positions and stuff. I noticed that the wingers are just getting a little bit high. So I thought, right, a game is against Fulham, Wolves, and then Stockport in the county in the cup, but we've done a rotated side. We'll just move it. We haven't changed anything attacking-wise in here, but what we've done is we've just moved the players. So we've actually dropped the two central midfielders down to be defensive midfielders, and then we've just moved the wingers and the inverted winger on the right and the left. Just moved them up one. Nothing else has changed apart from the roles of these two players here. All right. Now, it's a mid-block. We're not going, we're not trying to change the match engine to make Everton look like an absolute goal machine. We've not got them on attacking like some people do in recreations. This is as honest as I kind of see it. And then you've got two options that you can play as you go. Right. Sweeper keeper on support. I don't actually think I've got any player instructions in today's tactic either. Sweeper keeper on support, Jordan Pickford. Now, if we look at the balance between the two fullbacks, if I show you a couple of passing maps over a couple of games, I'll put them on screen right now. As you can see, generally, the right back is further forward than the left back. I actually thought Mykolenko was better going forward, but he's in a little bit more of a restrictive position. So we've gone to give us a little bit of balance because we've got that inverted winger in front. We've gone Patterson or Coleman or even Ashley Young at right back, wing back on support. Two out-and-out central defenders. There's an argument you could even do ball players for these because Tarkowski does like the switches. Branthwaite is going to be an absolute tremendous player. I'm going to try and actually sign Branthwaite, I think, and my Manchester United save. I do like them sort of like sweeping passes over to the wide players. So there's an argument if you wanted to change it up a little bit. Remember, guys, these is just a base. If you want to go in and change stuff, it's your save. You do it as you see it. Make slight adjustments. This is just giving you a bit of a Sean Dyche base to any tactic you want to put in. Mykolenko, fullback on support, said he's got that little bit of more of a deeper position. Into the midfield. On the other tactic, we've got them as a box-to-box midfielder and a ball-winning midfielder. And it's very similar. We've got Onana, Volante on support, and then Idrissa Gueye, ball-winning midfielder on defend. Into the right-hand side, we've got Harrison. He's actually looked really good in the match engine. It's good that they've got him fitted. Weird that his starts in the teams, I think he maybe arrived injured and he's slow to get started, but once he started playing now, the results have started to come. They look really dangerous with the two wide players. Harrison is left-footed, but we've got him on the right side, so inverted winger on support, with Dwight McNeil very much a winger on support. Into the the number 10 role. There's an argument you could even drop it down there. You could even drop it down there and maybe do central midfielder on attack. Something to potentially look at. Something you could maybe do as well. If you're wanting to do a little bit more of a compactness, could you put Doucouré in there, either as a central midfielder on attack or even a box-to-box midfielder, maybe against even the bigger sides? So there's an option there. Obviously, again, no play instructions. And then the striker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. This could be a presser. It could be a target forward. I do enjoy a complete forward, and he does do a little bit of everything. You want him to link play. Now, with his injuries, he's a little bit more restrictive in terms of running in the channel. So maybe a target forward would maybe be more suited to him. But obviously then when Beto comes in, you want that boy chasing in the channels because of his physicality and his speed. So little options for you there to change. All right, so into the team instructions. Balanced mentality. We're just going off what the players' roles are and then, tweak as you go, as you see games. The game against Burnley at the weekend, they got themselves 2 early goals and then pretty much went on to cautious for the rest of the game. They did play actually a back five in that as well, so a little bit different to what they've been playing. But I've just gone for a bang in the middle, balanced mentality. In possession, fairly wide attacking width. We do want to get maybe an overlap round the right. We do obviously want to give Dwight McNeil that opportunity to get out wide and get some crosses in the box, find a little bit more space. Slightly more passing direct, which you'd probably expect, but we've not gone silly. Slightly higher tempo as well. Hit early crosses and play for set pieces. I think both goals at the weekend actually came from set pieces. In transition, just counter-attack. Once again, this is just the base. If you're a really strong side and you're going to be a really physical strong side and one of the better sides in your league, counter-press will definitely work for you, especially with the roles of those. There's no reason why those four players in with Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well couldn't do a good counter-press for you. And then we've just got to distribute the ball to full-backs, but sometimes it goes long. Sometimes, for me, it could quite easily be that. He's quite varied with it, but we're just trying to build out slightly from the back, so we try to get our full-backs on the ball. Out of possession, mid-block, haven't touched that. Line does drop as sometimes games go on and trying to see games out. Trap outside, make the pitch quite condensed, use the touchline and sort of like squeeze crosses, which a lot of teams do. Stop crosses. I've kind of put that in because it's a bit of an old school one. I imagine a lot of modern managers allow crosses to the box, even though you would think Everton would be good at dealing with the crosses. I imagine Sean Dyche would want to stop crosses. And that's it. All right. So let's go and have a look at a few little goals. Okay, so it's going to be Harrison on that right-hand side that gets the goal. So there's your basic shape. You've got Gallagher sitting quite deep. It actually ends up being a bit of a sort of like a back four, like a 4-1-2-3. You've got your two wide players keep a little bit of width. Dyche'S, attacking midfielder on support, isn't going to get too high. We've played through the thirds. Onana getting in that nice little space, look, between the forward line and the midfield. So getting into nice pockets. Dyche'S finding a nice little bit of space in between pockets. Lovely slip ball for Harrison as well. And with him being left-footed, cuts in and scores a goal really well. 3 or 4 passes, pass, and we're in. Quite direct. Direct doesn't always mean long. Direct means getting the ball forward, and that's what we've done very quickly and efficiently. And then once again, we win the ball. We're going to score in about 20 seconds' time. It's a counter. We win it, and we're off. Harrison quite high. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to be the goal scorer, but let's just check out the run of Dyche'S because he's going to be end up being the assist man. Harrison direct, which you'd expect. Wanting to come inside on that left foot. The pass is a little bit of a worldie. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, complete forward on attack, getting in between the two centre-halves. I think if you're wanting to do this tactic, boys, your centre-forward is going to have to be physical. You're talking your Calvert-Lewins, your Betos, your Hoylands, your players that can really lead the line. As you can see as well, the game against Wolves absolutely dominated. 1.89, 17 shots, 12 on target. We did leave it late to score the winner. There's Dwight McNeil, winger on support, getting in. Crossing early as well. Maybe not expecting Dwight. I put crossing early on because we want balls into Dyche'S. We want balls into Onana if he can get in there on a Volante. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Everton obviously going to be really strong at set pieces and from wide areas. And then once again, we've just regained possession. Tarkowski moves in 1 pass, 2 pass, and he's in. Obviously, I think you need a little bit of vision from that attacking midfielder. Yes, maybe Dyche'S doesn't do it, but a little bit of vision to find that ball over the top. A little bit of a carbon copy of the one we just saw earlier with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And then I'll show you this to finish. Danjuma, absolute thunder bastard from about 30 yards. And once again, 2 passes and we're in. We're really direct. But remember, direct doesn't mean long. It means getting that ball forward efficiently. In we go. Beto as well, if you've got that pace to get in behind. We're not talking that big 6'5" striker that can't move. We want balls into the box, though, for them to attack. So they need pace, they need power, they need height, good heading. We also scored early on. Dele Alli got his first goal from a set piece. And then I think he actually just scored here once again. Getting working it. Oh, no, it's Gay, actually. Lovely little finish. He's not capable of that in real life, is he? But players in and around the edge of the area, that defensive midfielder, the Volante, supporting play. All right, I think that would work. I think if you're a strong side and you build a team that are full of absolute machines with maybe a little bit of quality in the wide areas, I think this tactic would absolutely steamroll most teams. Working with this with a Manchester United, I think would work like extremely well. You've got Højlund up front, you've got Fernandes, you've got loads of wide players, obviously, so something like that. Maybe even a Liverpool as well that like to play a little bit more direct. You've got the players for that as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Later on the week, we're looking at Chris Wilder's 3-5-2. Not the 3-5-2 that they're doing now, but from back a couple of years ago when Sheffield United were actually a decent team. All right, thanks for watching. Smash a like. Check out the Patreon. Take care.